do I need to go through the introduction again?
No, it's fine.
You know the introduction, right?
Let's get to the
So
work.
yeah, we'll get to work. We'll be testing the usability of about 5-6 areas in GNOME,
Okay.
and I will not be testing very specific applications, but later probably we'll
Okay.
see if you have
Screen recorded,
yeah. That's all. So we'll just start with the first task.
Yeah.
Okay, and um, the piece of research that I wanted to share with you, which was on free and open software by a researcher. It's available on her website. The
Okay.
website is called codingfreedom.com,
All right.
and the research is available as a free download. So, would you like to download it?
Yeah. Let me just. Research is by the name. This is only codingfreedom.com.
Yes, this is the.
Okay.
So can I ask, why did you put it on the desktop?
Just so I like to put. I want to access it quickly, so I want it to be on desktop.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
Okay. So we would want to forward this file
Okay.
to about 2 friends. You can forward it to me and Paris.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I don't have Paris' email, but I'm
Oh, you
forwarding
just
it to
forward
him.
it to me then.
Yeah. So yeah, that's easy.
Yeah. So you found the task easy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Simple.
Was there any difference in the way you could have done this in your current system, in your current setting? Or would you have achieved this task in the same way?
Roughly would have been the same. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What would have been the difference?
I wouldn't be using download link. I would be using curl or wget from terminal to download files.
Okay.
That would be one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because downloads often break here in browser, and downloading it on command line, I can resume it from the part where it has broken.
Interesting. So why didn't you use it? Use the same method here?
I didn't wanted to use terminal here right now. I just
Mhm.
wanted to use graphical interface. So
Okay.
that is why.
Okay. Is
And
there
it was
any
a small
reason
file.
why you didn't?
No, it was a small file, so it didn't matter that much.
Mm-hmm.
For a larger downloads, that would be the option.
Mm-hmm. And so, how much time in a day do you spend browsing the web? Generally?
I would say browsing web would be 3-4 hours daily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what are your 5 most accessed websites?
That would be The Verge, then Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
then Gmail,
Mm-hmm.
Google, Stack Overflow.
Okay. So we'll get on to the next task now.
Yeah.
So since I'm conducting lots of interviews,
Okay.
almost multiple in a week, I would want to make a document
Okay.
with the title interviewee list, and I would
Yeah.
request you to make the document, add your name to it, and then save it.
All right.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah, this is done.
Sure.
So, how did you find the task?
It was simple.
Okay. How do you create documents at the moment?
I use Google Docs actually to create my documents.
Mm-hmm. And you
Bec-
don't really work with the.
Yeah, I don't work with the installed application
Okay.
because actually I feel like documents should be in sync.
Mm-hmm.
So creating it here and rather than I can't access it on my other devices which are connected to internet like my cell phone or uh, my tablet. Dropbox is an option, but then Dropbox doesn't provide me the ability to edit document in real time. So what I can do is if I create a document using a service like Google Docs, Google Drive, so my documents are can be edited on the move on any of their devices.
Interesting.
So that
Yeah.
is a plus point for me.
Mm-hmm. And what is it that you usually make documents?
That would be like if I have to create my resume, that would be the thing.
Mm-hmm.
College report, presentation, those kind of a things. Research report. That's it.
Okay. So, did you discover anything surprising in this task?
No, nothing as such. But thing is, I don't like the interface of this LibreOffice.
Uh-huh.
Actually, it is functional, it is good, but certain things like these rulers, I don't know why they are there. You know, when you're creating something, it should be a clean interface that you nothing should be obstructing your view or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
That should be the thing. So that's one thing. Apart from that, it's okay.
Mm-hmm. So,
That's it.
you would you have done this task in the same way in your system?
No, I would have used Google Drive
Yeah.
here. That would be the thing.
And you would have just synced it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because when I create document here,
Mm-hmm.
so it's much more better. See, because documents are probably not meant to be. They are meant to be shared actually.
Mm-hmm.
So if I make this document, I can share it to you. You know, I can share it directly from here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in case if I have to email the string to you,
Mm-hmm.
so I've created it here. Here you go.
Mm-hmm.
You know that
So
would
why
be.
didn't you resort to this method while creating this document?
The approach I took it as a general approach any normal user would take. When they don't have access to internet or things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, uh, this is actually more of a feature of a web browser rather than functionality of a GNOME.
Mm-hmm.
So was just focusing on GNOME here and LibreOffice. So what
Mm-hmm.
LibreOffice, I know the functionality should be like service like integration with some email service.
Uh-huh.
You can share document here
Mm-hmm.
from here only. That would be a better thing. I think there is option, but I need it to be connected to my email client.
Mm-hmm.
those kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay. So for the other task, we'll
yeah.
just have it the same way as you would choose to do
Okay,
it,
sure.
right? It will just give me a lot more information.
Yeah.
We'll get on to the next thing. Um, I had downloaded about 2-3 illustrations with kids in it,
Okay.
and I downloaded it about a week back, which I wanted to print. So, can you find them and put them in a separate folder?
Okay.
Yeah. And as you move along, I'll
Mhm.
request you to just speak out aloud on what you're expecting, where are you
Right.
looking for.
You have downloaded files from internet, so
Uh-huh.
by default it should be in downloads folder. That
Mhm.
is where I will check first.
Mhm.
So these are the files,
Yeah. Yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to put them in a separate folder.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of them?
Just the ones with kids in it.
Okay. These are kids too.
Yeah.
He has a beard. That is Robert Pattinson or what? Anyways, okay, these are the files.
Mhm.
Say, now want to move them to a separate location.
Yeah.
So I would have used a thing in what in my system is there is a split pane functionality,
Mhm.
which is I think removed in this version. So
Mhm.
now what I have to do is when I copy this, I would have to I'll go into documents.
Mhm.
I'll create new. Yeah. So
Mhm.
yeah.
So, what is it? Okay, could you reiterate? What is it that you found particularly difficult for this task?
I have to move back to another location and place them here. Functionality like previously offered in GNOME, it
Hmm.
was to split the existing pane into two, and then I could have open this document part in one frame, another part the downloads part, and I could have just simply drag and drop them to this part in the particular folder.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a good functionality to have. It's removed.
So
Yeah.
usually, Rahul, how do you search for a document whose file name you don't remember and you saved it long back?
Maybe I'll try to something from here in the search pane.
Mm-hmm.
That is what I will do, and try the you know the combination that I'm recalling.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was kids, so
Mm-hmm.
if it's in this folder, it is there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. Suppose, and then if I know the type of file, I would search the particular extension.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wildcard would work here. Yeah, like this.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the list of files here.
And could you tell me how do you organize your data? Organize your
Okay.
files and documents.
For me, my home folder has folders. These folders are there by
Uh-huh.
default, which were there. Then I have another folder that is workspace, which has all my you know things that I'm working on my project and all the source code of my project that I'm working on.
Okay.
It's there.
Okay.
Then documents are in documents only folder only. Then I have hard disk partition. They have a separate partition for media. I
Mm-hmm.
don't keep media in my home directory at all.
Is there a reason why?
Actually, I dual boot between two systems.
Mm-hmm.
So if I keep my media in Linux partition, ext4 partition, I won't be able to access it from Windows if I am using that. So it is in a separate partition, NTFS file system. So it could be accessed in both the operating system. That is the reason for that. Otherwise, all the coding specific thing, document specific thing, they are here in home folder and
Mm-hmm.
organized in document, download, workspace.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, we'll we'll be looking at the wallpaper now.
Okay.
So I like to change the desktop wallpaper very often. And
Okay.
could you change the wallpaper for me?
Okay. Okay.
What were you expecting?
Okay. This is new interface actually. What would I like to do would be uh, this is better option. I don't like to go into another application display and select it.
Could we just do it that way? We'll
Okay.
I'll just know what problems
Okay.
you're facing. So
It is
what is
taking
it?
too much time to load, and then thumbnails are small.
Uh-huh.
Uh, it's just taking time to load here.
Mm-hmm.
So that is one. That would be the one reason for
I
not.
see that you're clicking the thumbnails.
Yeah.
So what are you expecting to do?
I want to select this particular wallpaper.
Okay.
Then I want to set it.
Uh-huh.
It's no little time I'm consuming. If I want to set a particular picture,
Uh-huh.
traditional approach would be better for me. You know,
What do you do traditionally to
I
change the
have
wallpaper?
I don't use the theme default wallpapers. I have my own images.
Uh-huh.
So instead of going and adding them from here, you know, I go to settings,
Uh-huh.
then background,
Uh-huh.
then I go here and I
Uh-huh.
add my own pictures to this directory, or I put the pictures in a particular directory.
Okay.
That is a kind of a hectic task for me,
Mm-hmm.
time consuming.
Mm-hmm.
What I would like to do rather,
Mm-hmm.
option like this is not in all the Linux or distros.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this thing is good.
Mm-hmm.
This should be there. JPEG, PNG, and all the image files. They should have this option to set it as a wallpaper from here only.
Uh-huh.
So I can do it here.
Uh-huh.
So that is good thing for me. I like this thing.
There's another functionality that
Yeah.
I would want to test with you for the
Okay.
wallpapers. Could you go
Mhm.
back to the settings?
Okay.
So you yeah. Could you go to the wallpapers? The thumbnails.
Okay.
You're saying that the thumbnails are not particularly good enough for you to view
That's
the entire. Mhm. So how
I
would you
see.
view them?
Once I click here, they go back to that pane. I can see a bigger preview.
Uh,
That is one thing. But I'm finding it buggy and slow. So
Mhm.
it's not really solving my purpose in its current state.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why I would prefer a direct approach, something like that where I can set wallpaper directly manually instead of adding it from here.
What do you think all these options are?
These options,
Mm-hmm.
this one is for default pictures that are there. This one is for if you add pictures in your particular folder
Mm-hmm.
from where it is collecting.
Mm-hmm.
Colors, I haven't used it particularly. So
What do you think this would be?
this is for the color scheme of these shadows or highlights maybe, or that might be a color scheme in the background that load before wallpaper load. There is a blue screen or red screen maybe. That would be it maybe.
Could we check? What is it?
Let's see. I select pink. Okay, it is just a solid color. This is it for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right.
So you've told me.
Yeah.
What did you find difficult in this task. Um, we'll move on to the
Okay.
next task, and this is something that we have discussed before.
Okay.
Um, there's a long list of books on the desktop, and I've forgotten uh, where I have kept a particular book because probably my desktop is not as organized.
Okay.
So there's a book called Three Men in a Boat. Could you search it for me? Hmm.
It is.
Yeah, I see that you're using the file search,
Yeah.
and you are a GNOME user,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
you're not using the activities overview search.
This one. But it's not integrated with files, I guess.
Hmm.
Maybe.
Have you used it before to check for files, or do you
I
search
don't
for
use it, I don't use it for any of the things actually. I didn't like the interface.
what is it that you don't like?
It is quick at times, okay, it is good. If you really want to search for some particular application,
Uh-huh.
but then again, I don't use personally. I don't use much of the installed application. So for me, it would be like if I need to launch Firefox, instead of going there, I would give a command here and it's running.
Mm-hmm.
That is what my approach would be.
Mm-hmm.
Or I use another GNOME software, GNOME Do. It is very more functional.
Uh-huh.
So I would probably use something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there are. You saw that there were a number of books in the documents folder,
Okay.
and so I want to make a document wherein I want to have the titles of the books in the document, and then I'll tell you the books that I've read.
Just a second.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
there are a number of books. So I want to make a document,
Okay.
and it needs to have all the books that are there in the documents folder. Okay.
Okay.
Then I'll tell you what are the books that I've read.
Okay.
Okay.
There are books here in the document folder.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Right. So I'll just tell you. I just want the titles, and as you can see, I think there are 3 books right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I've read 2 of them. Okay.
Okay.
So I need to mark the 2 of them separately. I need to mark them as read and unread.
Okay. First, you need all these books in a document.
Yeah, yeah.
That would
Just
be
the titles.
All right.
Yeah. And I need to mark 2 of them as read.
Okay.
Okay. And with the read books, I want to have the Wikipedia URL
All right.
of the book, all of the author.
Okay.
Yeah. Could you just speak out what you
Yeah.
are actually doing?
So to do this process quickly, what I
Mhm.
did, I used the functionality in the GNOME terminal.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Using a regular expression, I see all your books are in HTML format.
Mm-hmm.
I copied all the HTML format books, titles
Mm-hmm.
to a file
Mhm.
named doc.books, books.doc.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, part of my work is done. I have
Mhm.
list of books.
Yeah.
Now what you want to do is highlight the ones which you have read in. Okay,
Yeah.
that is one thing.
Yeah.
So which one have you read from this?
The last two.
Okay,
Yeah.
so just highlight them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I want the URL, the Wikipedia URL of these books or the author.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this will do the third one. Yeah.
Completion.
Yeah. Let's put the URL of this one.
Chat. Okay.
What did you find out?
And actually I have used a .doc extension, and
Mhm.
this thing uses open document format.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the thing. Basically I can change it to it's fine now.
Okay. So, did you find anything surprisingly good or bad in this task?
No, it's fine. Okay, task. Nothing surprising.
So
Yeah.
the task, since you're an advanced user, I would want to mention that this task actually tested Windows toggling
Okay.
when you toggle between
Okay.
different windows.
Yeah.
Yeah. So since you are a GNOME user, is this the same way that you achieve the task with your system?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. This is
Yeah.
okay.
This is very helpful thing.
Okay, we'll move on now. So we'll be launching and working with multiple applications in parallel now.
Okay.
So um, so when I transcribe the video of the interview, I use Firefox and a text editor, and so I also have music playing on Rhythmbox, and I chat on Empathy. So all these applications clutter the workspace
Yeah.
on the desktop. So I would want you to separate all these applications on
Okay.
different workspaces, and so that I can work for a longer duration.
Okay. You have Firefox.
Mm-hmm. So Firefox and a text editor will be clubbed together on one
Yeah.
workspace.
Okay.
And could you please just keep on talking on what you're
Yeah,
trying
sure.
to? Yeah.
So I have Firefox here.
Yeah.
Next thing, you need a text editor.
Yeah.
So let's open the gedit.
Mm-hmm.
Both are there.
Yeah.
ठीक है. tiled perfectly, so you can have a glance at both the things.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing is you would like to have a music player
Yeah.
running, so let's fire it up. It's here.
Yeah.
And another thing, you would like to have a chat. So it's fine.
So these would be on separate
Okay.
spaces.
Here I have 3 workspaces now dynamically created.
Mm-hmm.
First one has my web browser and my text editor.
Mm-hmm.
Second one has a music player running on it.
Mm-hmm.
Then third one has
I just
chat.
want the chat. Yeah, just the chat. Yeah. Yeah. Do you use workspaces while working?
Yeah, totally.
And could you just let me have a peek of what do you use workspaces for? How are the windows divided between workspaces? So let's just say
Okay.
that you're working right now,
Yeah.
and let's just say that you're working on your GSOC project, right?
Sure.
So what are the software applications that are open in parallel while you are working?
See, I won't be using a text editor with my web browser simultaneously
Mm-hmm.
because I will need a complete view of the site I'm designing.
Uh-huh.
So why not use the functionality of dynamic workspace?
Mm-hmm.
The browser is running on one part.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I have terminal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One on the one screen.
Mm-hmm.
Then my text editor.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be like here you have gedit, so I don't use that, but anyways just I use emac and it takes up a different window.
Mm-hmm.
It's in a separate I use it in a separate window,
Okay.
so that would be the thing I would be having.
Why do you use Emacs in a separate window? You mean the workspace?
No, there is an option in emac that I can use it in terminal as well,
Okay. Okay.
but here I'm in a separate window, so gedit would be more explain the purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I have a terminal here, then I have my document editor,
Mm-hmm.
then I have music player.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I use Pidgin.
Mm-hmm.
So similarly I have one chart connected to IRC.
Mm-hmm.
It's online.
Mm-hmm.
This is roughly web browser.
So this is roughly the setup that you
This
would
is
want
roughly
to.
the setup I would have.
Okay. Did you find anything difficult with this task?
Not really. If you launch things from command, not much, but otherwise if I have to all the time go to a hot corner, then I type gedit, I launch it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I launch it here, then I move to new workspace, I launch different application here.
Mm-hmm.
So instead I prefer doing things manually.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would do, I just launch things here by command line
Mm-hmm.
and move them on the particular workspace wherever I want them to be
Mm-hmm.
manually. That was the thing.
Okay.
This is a usable functionality.
Mm-hmm. You happy with it?
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
We'll now move on to a task which you said that which you do. So we'd like to remain connected. So we'll how would you remain connected with GNOME? So I would want you to set
Okay.
up your chat account.
Alright.
I see that you're using empty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I don't probably want to use Facebook here
Mm-hmm.
because every time someone messages me, pings me, irrespective of I don't want to be online. I don't want to talk to them, so I would be getting a notification here.
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably use this for a IRC client.
Mm-hmm. What are you what are you searching for?
I'm searching for IRC server. It's not there in the default option. I guess there was just Jabber. There is Salute, Jabber, Facebook, Flickr, but there is no option for IRC, I guess.
What do you think this ad account does?
I click here, it's just opening this side pane that's there. It's not doing anything.
Mm-hmm. And what does that option mean? The drop down?
This one.
Yeah.
This is for show account integrated accounts.
Mm-hmm.
That is what it's doing. Like Shotwell is for photographs, so it is connected to Flickr, Google, and Facebook, so I can directly upload my photos from those particular application. That is why it's for. So I don't use particularly this particular application.
Mm-hmm. What do you use?
I use Pigeon,
Okay.
so to remain connected.
So could you?
Yeah.
You should search for something.
Yeah.
It's GNOME test.
I don't like empathy actually. So
And the reason being?
I might be a personal preference whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
So and there is not a easier way to integrate it with the GNOME shell actually either.
Mm-hmm.
So that is kind of a setback. There should be freedom to if you are offering functionality like this
Mhm.
to remain online, to remain connected, don't bind it to a particular application. Say here empathy, give you the choice of freedom to do easily switch it. That would be the thing.
Mm-hmm. Easily switch it to any other
Application of
client.
their choice. That is what they whatever they want. Like here, see, I have an option for my IRC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's here connected only. Now I can authenticate myself, particular IRC server, whatever I want to.
Mm-hmm.
And I even have options to add other account if I would like to,
Mm-hmm.
So it is a more functional. There are all the different users prefer different chat client for their needs.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be option now. So now the thing is that's missing here is this is not integrated into GNOME shell actually.
Mm-hmm.
So any notification and all that, if I'm using Pigeon, at time there is no pop-up notification for chat or anything.
You're
So
saying that the desktop notifications are
yeah,
not available.
it's not available for Pigeon.
Mhm.
So integrating it could be done easily, but you have to dive in and dig in the source code
Yeah.
and modify it.
Mm-hmm.
That won't be a thing for for a regular user who has just moved to Linux. so they would find it difficult. They
Mhm.
won't do it. And even you know, long time users at time they won't. Why would they? They don't do it. It's just too much complicated. There are a lot of other things to do, more important things to do. So these things complicate. Previously GNOME offered applets to integrate it here directly. That was a good thing. That's missing now.
Mhm.
I can't add a third-party application from here that can be accessed quickly. So that's the thing.
Yeah, thank you for attempting this stuff. Actually,
Sure.
so you're saying that it was. Mm,
Yeah.
was this particularly difficult for you?
With empathy, yes, it was,
Mhm.
and it's difficult again because even if it's active, and you know, I don't get notified whenever a new message someone messages me or not. I have to go and look at particular that my chat window if it's blinking or not. That was the thing. Should have notification features here for third party application as well, not just for default application.
Mhm. With Pigeon, do you
Mm-hmm.
and when you're not on Gnome,
Mm-hmm.
you prefer desktop notifications for chat?
Yeah, actually, I would like it.
Mhm.
Desktop notification. Google Gmail offers it with Chrome.
Yeah.
Desktop notification. It's good actually. I'm on a different workspace. You can actually take a look. Okay, someone has texted you something, or if it's important, you can go back and reply it. And at times you just miss some messages, so it's good to have desktop notification. But
For
should
your
be
system, do
yeah.
you have desktop notifications for any particular client?
So see, I use Pigeon doesn't is not integrating well with the GNOME shell,
Uh-huh.
so that doesn't. So my Gmail, Google Chrome, that has desktop notification that enabled,
Mm-hmm.
so I use that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And you said that you don't use the Facebook chat.
Yeah, here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Okay. So now do you see the? We'll move on to the next
yeah,
task. It's
sure.
actually we're just rounding up the
Mm-hmm.
whole thing now. So you saw that there is the date
Yeah.
and the time. Could I also have the date here?
Let's see.
I see that you searched for the GNOME extensions.
Yeah.
Why is it?
Because lots of functionalities are offered by developers here in GNOME extension,
Mm-hmm.
and this is one really good thing I would like to admire.
Mm-hmm.
It is very well connected to with the GNOME shell actually,
Mm-hmm.
so I can add things from here.
Mm-hmm.
Like another thing I would like to add here, dash to dock.
Mm-hmm.
Then let's say okay. It's not
What did
here.
you search there?
I'm searching for a GNOME extension that enables date here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not here. It's just
You had searched for something.
yeah. Dash to dock. Yeah, this is one good functionality. Now, this is a very good thing. There should be more effort in developing things like this extension that are integrated with the system
Mm-hmm.
via web only. I haven't logged in anything anywhere yet. When I switch it on,
Mm-hmm.
this thing downloads this GNOME extension to my system
Mm-hmm.
and actually enables this feature. It would take some time, to download it.
Mm-hmm.
There must be alert here. It's not here yet.
So as an extension, we'll
Yeah.
try and
Date and time.
um. Mm-hmm.
install GNOME tweak tool, then
Mm-hmm.
that would be a better thing to do.
You've been using GNOME Tweak tool.
Yeah.
What do you achieve with it?
Let me just show you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, lots of functionality, like this doesn't have it here already, I think. Okay, it's downloading. Finally found the package. Here it is. I have date here.
Mm-hmm.
Then what else I use it? I use it to install custom themes here.
Okay.
Okay. Icons
Mm-hmm.
and GTK theme,
Mm-hmm.
these kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
Then probably you have this enabled here,
Mm-hmm.
so you can make this have icons available on your desktop, so you can access things directly on your desktop.
Mm-hmm.
That is why I use GNOME tweak tool.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it. Installing shell extension, that's it.
You find this useful?
Yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm. What are you looking for?
Actually, there is only one close button here. I want to enable other buttons as well.
Other
So
buttons.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
close, minimize,
Mm-hmm.
maximize. It's here finally. That's it pretty much.
Mm-hmm. And we did look at the extensions. Could we install an extension? Let's say the weather extension. I would want to display the weather of my city on the desktop.
Okay. It will do that.
Yeah, you heard.
Yeah. This one.
Yeah.
So I have weather here
Mhm.
as well. I can change it.
Yeah. Could you change it?
Sure. enabled. I don't have to go here and expose everything to access my favorite application. I can do them from here. So this is good extension.
We'll also try something. Could you add another application to the dock?
Okay. Let's say what's missing here.
We'll add gedit probably.
Yeah.
Could take the college.
Just a second. So I think I'll be almost done.
It'll be on the dock now.
Yeah. It's here on the dock. I can close it here. I can launch it. I should just restart.
Yeah. You were so hungry.